Hi everybody, it's so good to see you. Welcome to our last video of the DIY Kit Challenge. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to set up your guitar properly and to get it ready to play. So let's go. So the first thing we're going to do is fret crowning and cleaning the fretboard. And what we need is a crowning file, an old cloth, fretboard oil, steel wool, and very important, masking tape. Don't forget, before you do anything else, please mask up your pickups. So after masking the pickups, we're gonna use the fret crowning file first. By doing this, we make sure that the shape of the frets is round, so you don't have a flat surface, so it goes smooth and your playability is very easy. Now the next step is polishing the frets with very fine steel wool, and I'm going to show you how to do this. Now we have beautifully shiny frets, and I have dirty hands, so I wash my hands. We'll be back in a minute. And I'm back. And very important, don't forget to clean up the metal dust from our last work process. All right, so now we're gonna clean up the fretboard by using oil. This is fretboard oil, but you can also use natural oils such as orange oil, for example. So now let's wait a minute and let it soak in, and you can always do another layer of oil on the fretboard too. And yeah, looks beautifully. And now we're ready to put on the strings. So before putting on the strings, don't forget to take off the masking tape. And now you can take the strings out of the DIY kit box. Be careful not to pinch out your eye while doing this. Okay, so here we go. These are the strings, and I would sort them from the thickest to the thinnest, of course. So we have the lower E string here, the A string, D string, the G string, the B string, and the high E string. And if you want to know what string gauge we have here, you can take, for example, the Harley Benton caliper and set it to inches and measure the string gauge. We got tenths here, but you can also use any other string gauge, of course. To sort the strings easily, you can use some tape and tape them at the table, for example. All right, as you may have noticed, there is something missing, the bridge. This is a wraparound bridge, and I'm going to show you now how to put on the strings by using a wraparound bridge. By using these bridges, I prefer pulling the lower E string and the high E string through the bridge first. And then you do the turn. So now let's have a closer look at the tuners, how we do it here. We pull the string through the hole at the tuners. And make sure there is enough slack for the string, so you have enough windings. About 2.5, 3 windings should be good. And to put on the strings faster, you can use a string winder, which is also included in the Harley Benton toolkit. While winding up the strings up here, please make sure that the strings wind up downwards or below the hole and not upwards. That's very important. If you're not sure if you're currently putting on the right string, you can always check with a caliper. Alright, now strings are on it, and now we're gonna tune them. Here's my clip-on tuner. You can always stretch the new strings just a little, so that gives them a little more tuning stability when they're so fresh. Alright, now let's cut off the rest of the strings here. For that, I will take the string cutter, which is also included in the Harley Benton toolkit. Now that the guitar is perfectly in tune, we're gonna check the action or the string action of this guitar. And we're gonna do this in 4 steps. The first step we're gonna do is to check the straightness of the neck. One method you can do this is you put your finger on the 1st fret and another on the 15th, and then you check in the middle of the fretboard around the 7th fret how much the guitar, the string bounces back, how much gap there is or space between the string and the fret. This feels good. Yeah, that's also fine, I think. If there is too much space or too little, if the string, so to say, lays down on the fret, then you can adjust the neck by using the truss rod, by using an Allen key, also included in the toolkit. If you want to straighten the neck so that it goes like this, you need to turn the truss rod clockwise. If you want to loosen it so that it does like this, a curve, you turn it counterclockwise. But this neck is totally fine, so we don't need to adjust the truss rod right now. To check the straightness of the neck, there is also another method I want to show you, but there is a need of a trained eye, so this is more the advanced method, but I want to show you. So if you look at the edge alongside of the fretboard, you can see a line of the fretboard, and you can see whether it does this, a curve, or if it's rather straight. It is perfect if the fretboard or if the neck has a little curve in it. So this one might be good. I will also check on the other side. Yeah, there's a slightly curve, I like that. All right, now we have checked the straightness of the neck, and now we're gonna check the string action at the 12th fret. And for that, I use the string action gauge. I put it like this. This is the 12th fret. Put it like this onto the fret. Yeah, and it's about 18 thousandths of an inch. And I do it on the other side at the lower E string. And it's the same basically. Perfect. So that means the string action is already very nice so far. And now let's go to the 3rd step. The next step we're gonna do is checking the understring radius of the strings. And for that, I have a very nice tool, the understring radius gauge from Harley Benton as well. So if you know the radius from your fretboard, then you can take the perfect radius gauge, put it under the strings like this, and pull it upwards. And then you play the strings. If you don't hear a buzzing, then it's not high enough or low enough. Then you have to adjust a little. So this is not perfect. Yeah, I need to put it up a little. Yeah. Let's try it again. Feels and sounds very good. So we're done with step number 3. All right, now we're ready for the last step of adjusting the string action. And for that, we need another cool tool from the multi-tool kit. These are feeler gauges, and I will show you how to use them by checking the string action at the nut. So at first, I push down the string on the 3rd fret, and then I push the other 2, or rather the 1st fret. And these are very, very stiff, so the nut is very high. And to check once more, I can use the feeler gauges. This is another method. You can take the right measurement of the feeler gauges and put it below the string and check how much space is between the feeler gauges and the string. There is a lot. So you put it between the string and the 1st fret. And now we need some nut files. So I have a nut file here. They're available in different sizes. Push the string aside and check, and then you can file down, but be careful. By filing, you have to be parallel to the headstock. Should be fine. All right, so let's check again. This string, yeah, it's much lower now. That should be fine. Be very careful not to do too much filing at the nut, because if it's too low, then you really have a problem. Then you have to fill it up, fill up the nut, and yeah, that's very complicated. You don't want to do that, so please be careful. Always do it step by step, very slowly. And finally, you can check once again with the feeler gauges as well. Last but not least, don't forget to put on the truss rod cover, because otherwise it may look a bit weird up there at the headstock. So we're done with setting up this guitar, and the best thing is it might be yours very soon, because we're giving away this do-it-yourself kit guitar. And to join our giveaway, just comment below this video what song you would like to play first when you get this guitar. Fingers crossed! And if you like this video, I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I'm looking forward to see this guitar in our winner's hands very soon. Now we have assembled and set up, and I don't know how you feel, but I feel like I really want to know what it sounds like. So let's check out some tones.